Hey guys, welcome back. My name is John. I am Orphan Car Garage. I'm located in Abington. That's in the state of Massachusetts. So we're about 30 minutes or so south of Boston. It's a balmy 42 degrees today, so it was perfect to bring this bright red unicorn out into the sun for photographs and a video. Been dying to show this to you guys. I have never actually been inside one of these cars. I was super excited to get it here in inventory, and it is currently available and to be seen on our website. But I'm going to do a quick walk around, give you a little bit of history on this particular car. It's a fun one, so you're going to want to stick around. This is a Trofeo from Oldsmobile, and the Trofeo is basically a trim line of the Toronado. The Toronado sales had been slumping severely after their 1986 size reduction in this car. You'll remember the earlier Tornados that ran from, I think, around 1979 to 1985, those big luxury personal coupes that kind of shared the same platform as the Cadillac Eldorado. And both the Eldorado and the Toronado got severely shortened for 1986. GM did across the line a lot of shortening, shrinking is the word I want to use, of their models. And it did not go over well in the showrooms, either over at Cadillac or at Oldsmobile. And the Toronado for 1986 was not anything like what it had been previous. Didn't go over well again, like I said, in sales. So in mid-1987, they tried to jazz the Toronado up a little bit, make it a little bit more European with the Trofeo model, which is a upper scale trim line, a little bit more sporty than the standard Toronado. They built a lot of them. They actually ended up building more Trofeos than they did Tornados. You could buy them both. Here, of course, is a Trofeo from the year 1991. The Trofeo was introduced in mid-1987 on that weird, stubby, shortened Toronado platform. And in 1990, GM realized they had kind of made some mistakes, and they started to bring their cars back in size. They added enough foot to the length of the Toronado for 1990. And that that body style lasted through 1992. And of course, we have here in 1991. So this is the larger of, I guess you could say, the two generations of Toronado Trofeos. The one that I prefer, actually. I like the earlier ones too. They're a little quirky, but I think these just have a more pleasing body style, more pleasing lines. A real sexy car, to be honest with you. Very cutting edge for General Motors, especially in the 1980s, to be building something like this. I mean, look at that. Single taillight across the back, dual exhaust underneath. They really did a nice job with this car. This car in particular has just 48,500 miles on it. It's a one-owner car. We have original paperwork. I've got the original bill of sale and the original window sticker for this car. This car in 1991 was just shy of $30,000. That was a lot of money in 1991. So much and so, the original owner, a female, named this car Sydney. She loved it that much and kept it the rest of her entire life until she passed away, and we obtained it from the estate. The car was sold new out of Florida and ended up in Connecticut, where she lived, serviced at Oldsmobile dealers in Connecticut for several years. Never driven in foul weather. It said that she had other cars for that, and this was her baby. As I said, she named it Sydney. So this car was almost $30,000, and part of that $30,000 was two very expensive options, and one of them you probably already noticed, that this car is equipped with the Astro roof. This is a power sliding moonroof. GM called that an Astro roof. And we have the window sticker for the car. I meant to bring it out here and I forgot it, but it is pictured on our website. And I believe that option was about $1,800 alone just for that sunroof. So this car is equipped with that really cool Astro roof. You notice, of course, it's a bright red paint on this car from the factory, and it has a black leather interior, which is really, really in beautiful condition. The wheels, all the Toronado Trofeos came with these same wheels. I want to say the Olds 98 Touring Edition had these wheels too. We had them polished as best we could. The center caps do have some light scratching on them, but we did have them professionally polished because when I received the car, the wheels looked pretty, there was a lot of patina, I'll say, on the wheels, but they cleaned up really, really nice. They're not perfect. I don't think you'll probably find any that are perfect these days, but they look darn nice. Oldsmobile lettering is still there in black. As we go around the car, you'll see there's very little to point out as far as flaws go. There is something here. It looks like maybe the car had a light tap at one point in the bumper. And you can see there's a bit of a stress crack here in the paint, and a crack here, and a little chip here. So that doesn't quite line up either. So it must have gotten a light hit here at one point. Not really noticeable once you step back, but I definitely wanted to point it out to you and show you that. Also in the front air dam down below, it looks like it might have, there's some cracking right here. It's not right through, it's just in the paint. It's just in the paint. My fingernail falls into it, but it's not, the plastic is not cracked. It's just that the paint is cracked. A little scuff here on the corner. I'm being fussy, but I want you to see everything. There's a little ding right at the fender right here. I don't know if you can see that right there. A paintless dent remover, a paintless dent. A good guy that knows what he's doing could probably take that out. If it bothered you guys, someone wanted to buy the car, I could probably have that attended to. That's about it. That's about the worst of it. The passenger side is in very, very good condition. Again, down here, the lower air dam, we've got some cracking paint. Not the plastic though. The plastic is fine. That air dam could probably be refinished if you were super, super fussy. Going around the back of the car, the lower valance is in really good condition, as is those exhaust tips. Car has a nice grumble to it when it fires up. A couple little chips of the paint here. I mean, it's a 1991 vehicle, a very original car. Paint meter shows that the hood has been refinished. The Carfax shows no accidents, but the hood has been refinished, and it looks like there was some blending done on this fender, passenger side fender. But everything else, as far as the paint goes on this car, appears to be original. And like I said, the Carfax shows no accidents and does show a one owner, as I mentioned. We're gonna get inside now. The car is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I think red is the color. Black bucket seat interior with the Trofeo name embossed into the back of the seats, both front and rear. That rear seat doesn't look like it's ever been sat in. Beautiful, beautiful condition, as is that carpet. There's no fading. Car's obviously been garaged its entire life. I'm gonna get this key out here so we don't have that chime. Headliner is in great shape. Most of the time, General Motors cars of this vintage have a sagging headliner. Easily repaired, well, I won't say easily, repairable, but can be costly if you've got to pay somebody to do it. This car has a perfect headliner, and again, you see that optional Astro roof, and it does function. All 91s had an airbag. Car is no different. We've got power seats, both front, both driver and passenger, power mirrors, power windows, of course, power door locks. It all works. Also, what I want to point out in this car, and I'll get in and close the door, is the other expensive option this car has, and it's called the VIC, the Vehicle Information Center. This is a touch screen info center. I'm going to start the car up and we'll use it. It works. It was recently rebuilt. There's a gentleman that rebuilds those, and this screen has been completely refurbished and rebuilt, and it works perfectly. I'm going to show that to you in a minute. This was a first for American cars in that time frame. I think the Riata in 1988 may have had it, but somebody told me the Riata didn't have a color screen. This is a color screen. I'm going to show you that. It's a really cool feature, very 80s, 90s vintage. Automatic transmission, cassette player. I believe you could get a CD player as well. This woman opted for the cassette player. I did not try that to see if it works. Really cool feature in these cars is this rotating change holder and cup holder. Rotate it right there with that dial. Also, the car has articulated seats, and most of the functions, not all of them, work. You got a left side and a passenger side, left and right. You switch it to wherever you want to adjust, and you can see here that the thigh support is moving. It's doing its job. It's working. You can hear it. This one, I believe, is maybe an inflator for the back, and I don't believe that works, although you can hear it. The seat's not doing anything. Same on the passenger side. Oh, this one works. The power recline and the front tilt. Okay. Power seat controls. Normally, the regular power seat controls are here, and they all work as designed. Front, back, rear tilt, front tilt. Everything's working as it should. So the only thing that I can't get to work on this seat is the power recline, the driver's side. The motor is on, but the seat's not moving. So I guess from what I read, that's a very common issue on these cars. It's hard to find a Trofeo where they actually all work. So 3 of the 4 work. I'll start the car up for you now. Show you the mileage. 48,554. Original miles backed up on the Carfax. So here's that really cool screen that comes up, tells you that's the Trofeo. We turn on the power, the radio. See? Climate control. There we go. Sorry about that sun in the background. Turn the radio off. Sorry about that sun glare in the background. But and there's also controls on the steering wheel here. Temp controls that work. I don't know if you can see that, but it's doing its job. You can move the controls to vent, to lower, to upper. Everything does as it should. The air conditioning blows cold. Really, really cool feature. And it all works, like I said, which is unusual. I'm going to turn that off. Let's see. We got the original books. Oh, and that vehicle information center with the touchscreen, not only is it odd, it was expensive. It was a $1,900 option, I believe. It's on the window sticker that we have. Check it out on the website, orphancargarage.com. Very expensive option. You don't see a lot of Trofeos with it. Most of them have a standard radio with the ventilation controls. This car is super special because it has both the Vic and the sunroof. So I just really wanted to show you guys that. Well, we'll walk around with the engine running and show you how clean the engine bay is. I'll get in the trunk. Gotta find that where that hood release is. Yeah, the hood release is kind of buried. You see how clean this engine bay is. Hold on one second. There we go. Sorry about that. Super, super clean. That 3.8 3800 fuel injected V6 that General Motors had such good luck with. I think this car, that engine puts out about 165 or 170 horsepower. This car is front wheel drive. Certainly enough get up and go, but look how clean everything is under here. The headlights do work, by the way. Pictures of that on the website. We put a new serpentine belt in this car about a week ago. We also did an oil change. We did some sway bar links. Put some money into it. It's ready to go. Open the trunk for you. Those original books, like I said, it's kind of nice to see. We got the original floor mats here. There is some wear on the driver's side one right there. It's where her heel would have been. Otherwise, they're in really decent shape. We've got the service manual from the dealership and an original ad, which has this very car on it. The original Toronado Trofeo print ad that would have been in Time magazine or something like that. There is a bit of a stain on the carpet in here right there. I wanted to show you that. Really, really nice shape. Close that down for you. Very unique car. Great for Malaise days, shows, or Radwood. A lot of fun. Parts availability mechanically for this car, right off the shelf, not a problem. That 3800 motor, super reliable. Do your research, don't just take my word for it. Check this car out on my website. There's a full gallery of photos there at orphancargarage.com. We're asking $10,900 for this car, just $10,900. Get in it and drive it anywhere. Give me a call, 508-954-8090. And again, the website, orphancargarage.com. We got about 65 or 80 photos of this car there. You see something else, you don't see something you want to see, give me a call. I'll take a picture of it for you. Whatever you need transportation, I'll take care of that too. My name is John. Once again, thanks for joining me. And until the next one, we'll see you down the road.